Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the AAA Meeting. I am your host tonight. Sinatra Says Drunken Uncle is out for this evening. He has some prior plans. Loser. But joining me this evening is Polydub.
Hello.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
No, I'm doing all right, I guess. Sort of. Just got here and in. Yay.
Good job. I'm glad you are in. Hold on. I'm glad you are in, sir. Diavolo, hello. Cannibalistic Snorlax, what's going on? People hanging out in the Twitch chat. Hello. Yeah, Drunkle let us know. Well, last week his router exploded and it killed his hamster or something. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. Blew shit out into the fucking street. It was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
People saw his entire dildo collection. It was really embarrassing. So, thoughts and prayers.
I saw it on the news. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was England man has dildos rain down on street from apartment fire. It was crazy.
I know. When you have the gimp out in the street tisking you, that things have gone really bad.
Yeah, it was literally, that was the headline photo, was literally the gimp from Pulp Fiction running around snatching everything up like those little goblins in Golden Axe.
That's terrible. Holy shit.
Anyway, we're here on a Monday too. It feels weird here on a Monday.
It does. It's a weird energy over here, man.
Yeah, the alarm started going off when I unlocked the front door. It was unusual. You shouldn't be here for at least 24 more hours. But nonetheless, we have been able to put a show together for you out there with a little help from Valine. Thank you very much for sending over a few stories to help get it going. I just left the upgrades from Friday, still rolling from where we had it. I want to get into what you sent me, because I'm not really sure what that has to do with. But before we do any of that, if you guys would be so kind out there as to smash the like button, share it out on your socials. Mine and Polly's Streamlabs are both listed down below should you feel like supporting the show.
Woo!
Oh, excuse me, that is always greatly appreciated. But what's with this article? Google loses antitrust suit over search deals.
Yeah, first things first, I can't even believe the Department of Justice throughout the entire Biden admin so far they were pursuing this. The Biden administration was going after Google for antitrust shit? That's amazing to me.
I honestly don't believe it. I feel like that's
I thought
maybe
they would
this
have
was
been
something
encouraging
happening
them
before and they couldn't stop it.
Yeah. I mean, antitrust suits do take forever and a day, because my first thought was, holy shit, the Department of Justice won an antitrust suit against Google. So what it was over is Apple is a very large conglomerate. Obviously, they have a huge fucking market share of the cell phone market. And Google had gotten to Alphabet technically on Google's behalf, which is an even larger company than Google, if you can imagine that, their parent company, had entered into a backroom deal with Apple to illegally make the default search engine on all of their devices and all of their applications Google, the Google search engine. You ever wonder why Google is like this indomitable thing, and people like me are like weirdos on the internet going, use DuckDuckGo, and we sound so ridiculous? Because come on, man, who doesn't use Google? It's everywhere. Why is it everywhere? Because you pick up your Apple phone, the default is Google. When you pick up your Samsung, it's default. My fucking LG, the default was fucking Google. Yeah, why? Because they pay everybody off in backroom deals to do that. And yeah, when you enter into smoky backroom deals with everybody to make it the default, yeah, that's what that is, a fucking illegal monopoly, because you're entering into a syndicate style cash grab, price fixing, market controlling way of making your product the only product that anybody can have. Like, imagine you have a hamburger stand, a cheeseburger stand, if you will, on the corner.
Hamburger.
I know. And not like a McDonald's one where they've used a rolling pin to thin it out to like 1 molecule depth. Like, no, I mean, like, meat.
Dude, I'll have to send you a picture after the show. There is a bar not too far from me that has it's like some nacho burger, something like that with jalapenos.
Mm-hmm.
It is the most delicious cheeseburger I have ever eaten in my life. And I took a picture of it because I just... Oh.
All right, partner. You know what time it is.
I love that. Mailman did such a good job with that one. Hello, Friday's version of Drunkle. That sounds insulting, almost. For a split second, I was thinking, woohoo, the weekend is here. It's time for Wiccan and upgrade if you got it. Love you, no homo. Well, it's the week. I am the tidings of the work week, not the weekend. But thank you, Fostonia, very much. We'll do 2 upgrades on that one. So you have one to the Doom Otter. A little cute pile of skulls. It's adorable. And one to the deceased lime. Look at that. This is my favorite thing. You should make this your profile picture everywhere. I love it so much. Little cute face on a pile of skulls. It's amazing.
I like his little gun.
Yeah,
Looks great.
You got a little, looks like lever action magazine fed.
I'm trying to picture what that is. No stock, but okay, whatever. I'm strong. I can handle the recoil. It's fine.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Fostonia. Much appreciated. But anyway, it's a nacho burger with nacho cheese on it and jalapenos in the cheese. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead about the antitrust suit.
Yeah. So I hand you a cheeseburger. Now, little polycule business there. And I pay off not only the sign companies in town, but the ground beef producers and everybody else to only sell to me. It kind of like, well, you can start a cheeseburger company if you want. I was like, what are you talking about? Everybody else in town is fucking set to do business with you and only you. The cheese slice providers, the ground beef providers, the bun providers, everybody. There's no one in town left to do business with. It's like, yeah, but I'm not stopping you from starting a cheeseburger stand. It's like I would have to start my own ground beef company, my own cheese slice company, and my own bun company to even compete with you. Yeah, well, but I don't run an illegal monopoly here. Don't get that idea. That's what's going on. I mean, the story reads like a federal judge Monday ruled that Google has illegally monopolized the search market, handing the government an epic win in its first major antitrust case against the tech giant in more than 2 decades. Judge Emmett Mehta in Washington said that Alphabet Incorporated units...
Mehta? Emmett Mehta?
M-E-H-T-A.
Cousin to John Facebook?
Yeah.
Brother-in-law to Anthony Instagram?
That's how it kept going. Meta wanted to fucking strike a fucking blow. It's M-E-H-T-A, Meta. Said that Alphabet Incorporated units $26 billion in payments to make its search engine the default option on smartphones and web browsers, effectively blocked any other competitor from succeeding in the market. Alphabet's got pockets like that. 26 fucking billion. I mean, that's supporting Ukraine money.
That's walking around money is what that is.
Yeah. That's deep just to make them the default search engine. You want to know how they control information? Holy shit. But we'll see what actually comes of that, because we're talking, Mr. Burns level lawyers here, that posse of fucking lawyers hidden in the wall for whenever anyone threatens them, he just presses the button and they all come out.
Yeah, it's
they're going to keep it tied up with, well, we need to appeal. And I'm down for appeals, but like corporate lawyers turn appeals into they always win type situations because they keep it tied up forever until, it's meaningless.
I'm sorry, Kira Soldier. Let me grab this real quick. Sorry, Polly. I picked up my first and only Marvel graphic novel titled Anita Blake First Death. It's a prequel to the novel series. I'm excited to read it. Shout out to Zobels, fellow fan of the series. I am unfamiliar with that one.
So am I.
Sounds cool, though.
I'm glad to hear it, because last month was a really bad month for comics, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, you talked about that a little bit.
Yeah.
But real quick, before we veer off into nerd comic talk, do you think that it's there we go. Do you think it's possible that Google could just keep this in the courts for an undisclosed amount of time, appealing and whatnot?
Yes. I 100% think yes. Yeah, I think they're going to appeal. I think that corporations have the money and the deep awareness of how the courts work in very deep detail to be able to any decision that doesn't go their way. It pretty much has gone their way because they just keep it tied up so long in the appeals process that it becomes a non-decision that was made. And I think judges know that. I'll hand down this decision damn well knowing that all I'm really doing is providing work for Google lawyers.
Yeah, they could just be doing it as kind of like a fuck you kind of thing.
Yeah. I feel, I flipped a coin. I was either going to say no or yes. It doesn't really make a difference. Again, it's either a make work project for Google lawyers or, I can't imagine the, like when it comes to like Alphabet and their hiring practices, they must have their fucking hands in every fucking law school in the world. I was just about to say in the country,
I
just
would
tapping
imagine.
talent. And they're like the New York Yankees when it comes to farming talent from, college baseball teams. Like, holy shit, they know everybody. College, fuck, they've got them all the way down to high school. You know what I mean? We've had our eye on this 14-year-old for a while now,
I'd imagine they kind of have to have at least a familiarity with the best of the best.
Shut up! Be quiet!
Coming up and doing their stuff,
Mm-hmm. We want to keep our eye on this guy. Why? Is he good? No, his family's just distributed throughout the federal government.
Yeah. Ahoy, hoy, Sin. I heard about a Disney show produced about the children of Disney villains carrying out sentences for their parents. It sounds an awful lot dystopian to me. Disney-topian, if you will.
Dystopian. Yeah.
I will not. But good effort there, Zero. Almost. It's not the worst one you've sent in, but
I've gotten like 4 Disney memes in the past. I don't know. Like in the past few days. It hasn't even been longer than the weekend. And all of them were out of the only 2 Disney films I've seen, which was pretty cool.
Ooh. Jaded Kratos TV is rating with a party of 4. Thank you very much.
Oh shit. Still the Noir Bar donations turned on.
Oh. I mean that's nice.
One frame short of bringing down your channel there, Sin.
Yeah, let's not do that. I would prefer that did not happen.
I'm proud of that donation for really people are like, oh, so what? It's some woman kind of pulled her skirt up. I'm like, yeah, 1 frame shy of what what YouTube doesn't want you to see.
It's enough to send up a flag. I've been watching your videos on YouTube for a while. Well, thanks, Jaded. That's much appreciated, buddy. So like Red Tomatoes, I don't understand, but have you seen Wolverine and Deadpool yet?
No.
Oh, Polly, what are you doing?
Well, you know what? I actually have plans to go. What the hell? Yeah, I've got the hell. The fuck? I had plans to go see it this weekend, and yeah, they dropped out from underneath me through no fault of my own.
You should just go without them.
My friend canceled out. What am I going to do? Well, I was going to say, what am I going to do? Go sit there in the theater alone? I guess
yes.
Your answer is yes. Yeah. All right.
Yes, the answer to that is yes. You just go. It's so in the past, I think at least 3 years, I've seen, maybe even longer, since COVID, I've seen 3 movies in the theater. This, John Wick 4, and Multiverse of Madness.
Mm-hmm.
And this is easily the most fun movie I have seen in a long time.
Yeah, I've heard good things. I've heard the right people complaining, if that makes sense. The people who don't like nothing, complaining.
I got some of that.
Yeah. That's made me want to see it. I mean, the people trying to dissuade me from seeing it make me want to go see it because it's like, man, but you just don't like nothing. I don't know. If it's going to be like a reorientation of the MCU, like you said, it's this is going to revitalize the MCU and is doing a good job of it. I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I want everything to turn into multiverse shit for the sake of jokes, but hey, any kind of revitalization of the last 4 movies is a good thing.
Well,
holy shit, did you see the Marvels? I saw that.
No.
Wow. In my defense, I saw it like 3 months after it had came out, and I got it from perfectly legitimate online sources, so I didn't pay.
Okay,
Thank God.
let's take a look at how these are. Whoa, what are you doing there? Tab. Because we do got tabs. Let's take a look at these in order.
Well, let me do this real quick. There we go.
Okay.
There we go. All the way up it.
Nothing showed up.
Festonia, thank you for the 1375.
Send it again. It never popped up.
No?
No.
All right, yeah, I'll play it again. Fuck yeah.
Hold on, I'm refreshing the assets on every page because that seems to fix it. Okay, go ahead.
I just did. Okay, one more time.
Yeah.
Because I'm okay with that.
There it is.
Great ass! And you got your head all the way up it! Jesus.
Festonia, thank you for the 1375. As much as I like Wick, this Pacino dono makes me giggle every time it pops up. Love you. No, you know. As long live Ashley Judd's 25-year-old ass.
Once upon a time.
Yeah, she didn't even seem 25 in that movie. I'm gonna have to do a little math and see how old she was. Yeah, there we go. Thank you very much, Festonia.
Do you not believe that she was 25?
I don't know, man. I think that live poetry slam read that she did at the fucking Women's March in 2016 about how she's a nasty woman, like that really affected me, man. Yeah, her poetry slam, fucking not rap, but still kind of barely rhyming talk, and the poem was called "Nasty Woman," and she rhymed about how.
I forget?
Yeah, it was really something to behold.
I saw
man, she had the pussy hat on, and
I forgot the pussy hats existed.
Sorry.
Life was better when I forgot those were real things.
Yeah. Did you see that hashtag Kamala crash is trending?
No, but we have stuff on that shockingly.
Yeah, cool.
Oh God, yeah.
I sent you Donald Trump Jr.'s post on it, and it's like it's doing really well. It's trending on its own, and it's 3-second video. It's like Donald Trump Jr., you asshole. What a great. So yeah, I can play whatever we get around.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, we'll do that. So in order, Captain America, great movie, loved it.
Yeah,
Captain Marvel,
the first one.
Yeah, the very first Captain.
That's
America.
my favorite MCU film of them all. I know I go against the grain on that. A lot of people like Iron Man, the first one, but no, I'm a Captain America, the first Avenger guy. That movie is just its peak.
Oh, Festonia, no, you did not get Stream Boss, but almost. It would take I think a big Wick energy to take that Stream Boss. Captain Marvel. I saw it through clips, was not great, did not like it.
Wow, really? Fake gamer cat? Chris Evans has such a punchable face.
Really,
Women, like ladies, are just like, he has a face kissed by the angels. I've heard women say that, those words.
I think
he's like
handsome.
Like a perfectly carved man. I heard one woman say, like, if you were going to carve a statue of a god, it would be Chris Evans.
Sounds like she was just horny.
I don't know. I just so it's like, wow, a punchable face. I don't know a lot of that. I mean, I've wanted to punch him after reading some of the stuff he says in interviews. It sounds so performative. What you would think about voting for Trump? I forget what actor he was talking about in that interview with GQ magazine, where we did it for Comic Book Curation, and it was so far gone. He said, "Really? He said that he would think about voting for Trump? I'm going to have to think about working with that guy again. Matter of fact, I should really look into who all of my co-stars support politically before I sign on to a film." And I'm like, dude, you're an idiot. Shut up.
Yeah.
What the fuck? How far do you want to take it? You want all your friends and coworkers vetted politically? Fuck's wrong with you? But anyway.
It's still a good movie.
Yeah, it is.
Iron Man.
Thank God that shit never bled into his films, right? I mean, wow.
Iron Man, great flick. Oh, dude.
Damn right. First one was so good.
Iron
It had
Man
the
2.
right amount of corniness.
Meh.
I didn't. Iron Man 1 and 3 are great. 2, there's just something really off about it. It's like, really? You crashed Tony Stark into the ground that fast? The movie starts with him being a drunken asshole, that like an unlikable prick that needs redemption? Really?
Well, that's why every second movie in the MCU per thing, Iron Man 2, Thor 2, Avengers 2, is hitting that low second act thing that all movies have. I feel like they were trying to do something unique by having it be a trilogy of movies and having the second movie be like the beginning of the second act, where the third movie is almost right off the bat shit. You know what I mean?
I do. It goes against the whole theory of the second movie is the dark one, therefore the good one. You know, the Empire Strikes Back theory of trilogies.
Godfather 2.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, no, I didn't like any of the second movies. They were still better.
Avengers 2 was Age of Ultron?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, my least favorite. Age of Ultron was, yeah, it's definitely watchable even more than once, but it's not as good as the second, nor anything else to follow. Yeah.
The Incredible Hulk, Edward Norton, always amazing.
Yeah, always.
Thor.
Always. I just watched the score. Robert De Niro, Edward Norton, Marlon Brando. Underrated heist film. Really good shit. Just watched it this weekend.
Thor. Fantastic film. The first one, loved it.
I don't even remember The Dark World. I couldn't even tell you what happened in it. I've seen it, but yeah, there's your theory on the second MCU film sucking.
And then the first Avengers. Great time. Enjoyable.
Yeah.
Thor: The Dark World. Dog shit. Terrible. 2013, Natalie Portman, Tom Hiddleston. Fresh off the back of taking down his brother, Thor returns to Earth and runs into Jane, who accidentally absorbed a dangerous substance called the Ether. None of this is clicking at all?
The Ether? Really?
Aether?
No.
Ether?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
It was terrible.
What
I forgot that.
Is it like Red Kryptonite? He turns bad? Remember when Christopher Reeve did that?
Kind of, but it like... I remember the fucking... Hold on. Thor: The Dark World Monster.
Ruffalo was crazy sus. You're absolutely right. You fucking commie weirdo.
It was the dumbest looking thing I've ever seen in the MCU. This thing, that was the big bad from the Dark World.
That's the Reality Stone. Oh, yeah, no, I was thinking Superman 3, and it's Richard Pryor who gives him the artificially produced red kryptonite that makes him split between good Superman and bad Superman, which really just splits him between Clark Kent and Superman. Superman's in the bar getting drunk, shooting fucking beer nuts like bullets at the glass and hitting the... Do you remember this scene at all? It was great. Drunk Superman was awesome.
I have not seen that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Superman 3's weird, man. Like, how do we put Richard Pryor's comedy into a Superman film? And it kind of works. Yeah. So Superman and Clark Kent have it out in a fucking junkyard. It's interesting.
Smash the fucking like button. It's more free than Tarzan's Willy when he discovered the loincloth. So do it, dipshits. Thank you, Steve Dave. Okay, maybe it'll be $35 Fustonia to take down History Buff. We don't need a chest feeder with a bonus hole. Fuck, what did Dirt Merchant call it last night? A milk carton or something like that. No women stream bosses. Iron Man 3. It was pretty good. I liked it.
Oh yeah, Iron Man 3 was good. If you keep the Gwyneth Paltrow at bay, just she's Pepper Potts, just let her pepper the movie, not become the whole sauce for the film, then yeah, it's good. The more Paltrow there is, it's just, yeah, cut her screen time. That's me.
Winter Soldier. Loved it.
Fuck yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Fun. Different. Upbeat. Good movie.
Yeah. Yeah. James Gunn's redemption in Hollywood. All of a sudden he was a hotshot again.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2, it was okay. Not the greatest.
Some people argue it was better than the first one. And it's
Well,
like, you know what? I'll accept that argument for Captain America if you liked Winter Soldier better than First Avenger. I don't agree with you, but I understand why. But Guardians of the Galaxy, no, I don't buy it.
Yeah, I'm not jumping on that train either. Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Stupid.
I know some people love... I keep wanting to call him Christian Slater, the voice of Ultron. What's his name?
Oh, fuck. What? You asked me
Weirdo
10
actor who creeps me
minutes
out.
ago.
Not as much as Cillian Murphy creeps me out, but he's up there.
Oh, fuck. What the hell was his name?
I don't know. I just keep wanting to say Christian Slater. James Spader. Thank you. Thank you, Zablay. Oh, and Carol Soldier. Fuck, you guys are fast. Look at this.
They're all like, what are you guys, fucking retarded? It's, of course, it's
Yeah,
James
look at
Spader.
this.
What's
Chest
the
is
matter
lighting up
you?
with Spaders, man. See, Christian Slater, James Spader. I'm not that. See, I wasn't that far.
Yeah, you weren't on another world with that. I do
You
think
know,
they
Mr.
did.
Robot, that guy. Yeah.
I do think they did Quicksilver dirty, but whatever.
Yeah, they did.
Ant-Man, fun, enjoyable.
The first Ant-Man film was a hell of a lot of fun. Unexpectedly fun. I had a great time with it, man. One of the best laughs I've ever had in an MCU film was they're on the train, they're hurtling towards death, the crash happens, and then it cuts wide and the little model train falls off the tracks. Do you remember that?
Yeah, in the daughter's room.
Yeah.
Civil War, one of my favorite MCU movies.
Yeah. Seeing Spider-Man there, it was I remember everybody talking about, and I agreed, it's like Marvel can just do its own characters seemingly better than anybody else. You know, everyone else tries to run Spider-Man for a while and it just doesn't work, and then you bring them to the Disney Marvel studios and yeah, all of a sudden it's just way better.
And I think this was a very good way of kind of introducing the major players for Civil War. And this was, it's also a thing where it's Captain America versus Iron Man, and you kind of agree with them both. Because Iron Man's like, well, he killed my mom. And Captain America's like, well, that's my best friend. So you're kind of like,
Fake Gamer, can't you learn some things about yourself by Sexy Aunt May? That was a weird choice that I didn't think was going to work.
It did, and she looked delicious.
Yeah. I was like, you can't make Aunt May wow.
And
Never
now
mind.
here is where things take a turn. Black Widow. Boring, stupid, did not like it.
Yes. And as much as I don't like to agree with Scarlett Johansson, yeah, she's got a case. Disney did her dirty.
They probably did.
Yeah. I mean, she sued them and they're still dealing with parts of that case. They paid her out, but only temporarily. It's like, 'cause they damn well know they did her dirty. The contract, if you remember, was over. We will pay out. You get part of the box office, but not part of the digital streaming stuff
Yeah.
until later. And the contract specifically reads like that, like only after it comes out and then it premieres digitally through streaming services do you get paid. But they released it in theaters and on streaming services on the same day. And it's like, gee, I think that cost her some money. Yeah, lots,
Couple of
millions.
bucks.
Yeah, millions.
Homecoming. I enjoyed it. I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I think he is the perfect young Peter Parker.
Do you think he's the best Peter Parker?
I think yeah.
When it comes to like best Peter Parker, okay, I like Tom Holland. I do a lot. Better than Tobey Maguire in a big way. But I think Andrew Garfield is peak Peter.
Maybe I'll have to watch those again. Because I think Tom Holland is probably my favorite so far. Black Panther, it was fine for what it was. The graphics in it were fucking terrible for a Disney Marvel movie. That's all that stands out to me from this. Is the PlayStation 2 level graphics of the fight scene.
You know who got talked about at the time as being awesome in it, but everyone kind of forgets. Homecoming, Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Like, fuck Michael Keaton. Like, I mean, he really gets his props and well deserved, man. Like, Michael Keaton's a fucking great comic book actor, man. Like,
Oh, yeah.
89 Batman and Batman Returns, absolutely. But what a great fucking villain in Homecoming. And then Laura Harrier, Peter's love interest in that film, turns out to be her dad.
Doctor Strange. I'm in the minority. I liked Doctor Strange a lot.
I liked the first one. It wasn't comic book Stephen Strange. Stephen Strange is he's not Tony Stark. He's not a wisecracking good time guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's got some dark flecks to his personality. That's just not who he is, but still, I liked it.
Ragnarok, I thought, was incredibly fun. Taika Waititi did he does like the one for them, one for me gimmick, and this is a one for this was great. I liked Ragnarok a lot, and it's set up perfectly to Ant-Man and the Wasp was fine. Infinity War. Great. Yeah. Loved it.
Yeah.
Good, solid movie. Endgame. Now we're starting to take that turn.
Yeah, well, Endgame, you've heard my theory on that. That was the end of the MCU. To me, it was a great epilogue. That's it. Sewed the whole thing up, and wow, we had a great run of films, and I really enjoyed them because it's just zombie Marvel after that.
And even in this movie, it's like an hour longer than it needed to be. You could have just done the whole time travel thing in a montage. It was a bit much. Far From Home. It was fine.
There's a reason I called it Spider-Man Far From Good. And
yeah.
It's just not a fan. I mean, I didn't hate it, but it was far from good.
Jake Gyllenhaal was probably the best thing in this movie.
Yeah. I mean, I realize there's like a point that a comic book nerd will make again and again that it's just that's not who he was in the comics. I mean, you should have just made up an original character. That character was just not connected to Mysterio in any kind of way except for his costume.
Mm-hmm.
That's just not fucking Mysterio, even remotely. Why'd you even bother using him?
Shang-Chi, didn't even see it.
You didn't?
No.
I saw it the one time. It's, whatever.
It's not that good.
No, is it worth your 2 hours if you like comic book films? Yeah, sure. Is it something that you need to see to understand? No, not at all.
The Eternals, holy fuck. I haven't seen it, nor have I heard a good thing about this movie.
Yeah, that pretty much fits it. I mean, is it really that terrible? It's better than anything you're going to see on the CW. But that's not exactly my best compliment, you know?
Yeah. And they have a hell of a cast, too. Angelina Jolie, Rob Stark, Jon Snow, all these motherfuckers. Not good. Salma Hayek was in there, wasn't she?
She was.
Like, I didn't see it.
Remember when you could cast Angelina Jolie in a movie and it mattered?
Yes.
Yeah, I was a small boy at the time. I mean, God, that woman's career has just left her behind, hasn't it?
No Way Home. I remember enjoying this.
I liked it.
Multiverse of Madness. The worst, most plot egregious movie of the MCU so far.
Really?
Yeah, and it's Mahler did like a 5-hour video on everything that Doctor Strange would have done differently.
Yeah, well, like I said, he ain't no comic book Strange. That's for damn sure.
And visually it was fine. And in the MCU, Doctor Strange is one of my I like him more than most of the characters. But Multiverse sucked ass.
You know what a friend of mine pointed out? That it was a really, really good point. If you're going to do like the MCU as broadly as you do, like the Marvel Universe, there's one thing that the Marvel Universe has that the MCU doesn't. It's the go-to guys that are like the critical geniuses that understand like everything That's Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards, and Stephen Strange. When you have the biggest problems in the fucking universe that are going on, the threat to Earth, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you go talk to the hyper fucking geniuses. Well, Reed Richards is a hyper genius. Stephen Strange is just Sorcerer Supreme. He's just locked into all the stuff and he knows the things. The guru, the guy you go to, here's the plan, here's the problem. What do you think, Dr. Richards? What do you think, Dr. Strange? And you already had Doctor Strange. Okay, I get it. You don't have FF, you don't have the Fantastic Four, and you can't really use that character. But you got Stephen Strange. Instead of like going to the wisecracking guy who's a magical powerhouse, why don't you go to him and ask for advice? He could be that guy that would appear in multiple films because everyone's going to him to, do you think I'm going to destroy the fabric of reality, Doctor Strange? Like,
yeah.
And he would stare into his he would stare into his crystal ball and cast some spells and go, no, it's fine, Peter, go ahead. You know, that kind of thing. I don't know. They kind of missed out on that opportunity. It's for cameos and post-credit scenes and all that stuff. Like Doctor Strange shows up in a post-credit scene is, didn't you think that this was going to cause some problems or, you know, whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know who's that guy? I guess they played, what's his name like that? Nick Fury. He's kind of that guy in a weird way.
Yeah, he's like the omniscient, knows everything guy for some reason.
Yeah. Tapped into everything, and like for global security, that kind of jazz, yes. But for, you know, reality ripping shit, not as much.
You would think one or the other. Love and Thunder. Have not seen it. Christian Bale's in Love and Thunder?
Like I work Christian Bale?
It says Christian Bale right here. Third build cast.
Have I seen that? Oh yeah. Fake muscled Natalie Portman. Yeah, I have. Fuck, was he? I don't remember seeing I-Ward in it.
Bale was the big bad? Really? Huh.
The only good thing was Christian Bale. Really?
I like Christian Bale as an actor. I don't know.
I called him I-Ward like a week ago, and somebody said, what do you mean? I said, look up a picture of him online. Once you see that wart right on his eye, or right on his brow, you won't be able to unsee it. Every time the guy's on the screen, you'll notice, and it's like, why didn't you get that removed, man? Anyway.
Chat, what do you think about Love and Thunder? Wakanda Forever? Have not seen that either. This is with the lady Black Panther, isn't it?
Yeah. It was okay. It was okay. I'm amazed that they didn't throw more money into the CGI after the CGI for the first movie got like torn to shreds, and it really was terrible. It was, but they did it again. I don't know what is with the studios they keep hiring. Maybe they're black-owned companies, and that's just how they want to roll, and they're not able to produce quality CGI. I don't know.
Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. This movie fucking sucked.
Yeah, it did. There's a movie I can just, it's okay. It's worth your time. Nah, that movie's like Eternals. It's just not worth your time.
Yeah, this movie sucked ass.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I didn't even see it.
Felt it was tapped. It running through the characters doing their same shtick as opposed to hanging out with your friends again, if you know what I mean. Like Guardians of the Galaxy, you should really, you know, really like the characters. I want to hang out with Star-Lord and so on, but it doesn't feel that way. It just feels like they're phoning it in. Same jokes, different order. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The Marvels, I heard, was terrible.
Dude, worst one you've named so far. The Marvels was intolerably bad.
Oh, no.
I watched it in like 3 segments over like a week. I'm like, oh yeah, I still haven't finished watching that.
And that's where this leaves off. But I bring this up for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Deadpool and Wolverine so far is close to clearing $1 billion for its opening week.
I guess Logan doesn't fit into this list, or does it?
No, Logan.
No, it wouldn't, because that's X-Men.
That was X-Men 20th Century Fox and different universe.
It's such a different universe that I don't know. I think of it as divorced from the previous X-Men films.
X-Men movie either.
No. I mean, I didn't really like seeing Professor X as a pants-shitting old man. I mean, it was Biden Xavier, you know,
But
it
the idea of the guy who can control the fabric of reality with his mind getting dementia.
Oh, the scenes where he was losing his fucking mind and Wolverine was trying to fight through it while he's shanking dudes through the head and shit. It was some of the coolest. Did you ever see the black and white version?
No.
You should get it from perfectly legitimate online sources. It's worth a watch, man. Like if you're gonna rewatch Logan and you haven't seen the black and white, fuck yes.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah,
And
it's
the
like
way
the black and chrome version of Fury Road. If you're a fan of Fury Road, yeah, check out the black and chrome. It's the black and white, highly contrasted version of it, and it's so good.
But they honored Logan. I think they honored Logan very well in Deadpool and Wolverine. And they mention it too. And I am not going to give too much away because you haven't seen it yet.
Mm-hmm.
But Logan plays a huge part in this movie.
Huh. Not Logan, but Old Man Logan.
Dude, you need just before
Okay,
Wednesday.
all right, fair enough. I can't say, man. All
before
right.
Wednesday, just go see. I'm not spoiling the jokes, but not even jokes. Some of the finer plot points. But people are mad that there's too many gay jokes in it.
You know, Crazed, you make up a good point. Fabric or reality warping, that's Wanda's domain. That's, Scarlet Witch's shtick. Because that's what leads into the whole House of M storyline in the comic books and stuff, is her ability to warp reality and how undefined her powers are. And people find out just how powerful she is by distorting all of reality, creating the House of M story. But I don't think they can do that. I don't think they can have, because it would violate the copyright that they don't have. The reason they can't have Quicksilver, that whole thing, because they don't actually own those characters, is like, we can have Magneto's kids, but can't call them Wanda and what's Quicksilver's name? I forget. Piotr,
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah. My favorite fourth wall. So are the Logan references fourth wall breaking, or are they just references to Logan?
I don't want to spoil it for people in the chat. Okay, it's not a
my
spoil.
Favorite.
It's references. Okay, fake gamer cat, mute. 3, 2, 1. So the entire plot of the movie kind of revolves around what happened in Logan going forward. So, I mean, there's some kind of fourth wall breaks with the, how do I want to word it? With the literal Logan stuff, but the plot itself kind of revolves around how Logan ended.
Okay. All right. I mean, that wasn't spoilery unless you're like really looking for everything, but I hear you. Okay.
Okay. You are good. All right. But yeah.
My favorite fourth wall breaking moment in the first Deadpool movie is like, we're going to go see Xavier. Really? McAvoy or Stewart?
And then he's like, what? Disney couldn't shell out to get one of these motherfuckers here and everyone's behind him and the door closes?
I don't know. I'm trying to picture another actor that could have come in and been as satisfying as young Xavier as McAvoy. Fuck, he's good. I love me some McAvoy, man.
Fox picked two of the fucking best Magnetos and Xaviers. McAvoy, Stewart, Fassbender, and what the fuck's his name? Yeah, shit, you know who I'm talking about. Old Man Magneto.
Oh, fuck, I know. I just
William something. McKellen.
Thank you, dude. Fucking
Ian
evil
McKellen.
wizard.
William. But yeah, 4 phenomenal fucking picks.
I was supposed to say Patrick Stewart's BFF. Come on, what's his name?
But anyway, yeah, people are mad about gay jokes. You know, I think we are blind. Well, okay, hold on. Before we get any further, Nerd talk is done. We have a half hour left of the show. Guys, smash that like button, share it out on your social, should you feel so inclined. Both mine and Polly Streamlabs are listed down below if you want to support. I believe we're sitting right at about 10% to our goal. History buff is well within striking range if you want to take that stream boss. We are blind to the cinematic possibilities here. This is what we need to get hip to. African cinema.
I didn't expect that. Okay. I mean, I've seen some bad films that have come out of Africa, largely. It's for some good, cheap laughs, but...
No, we're sleeping on this.
Okay. Are you...
Did you know?
Share your screen with me, jackass.
Oh, my bad. Shit. We're
gonna have to. You're waiting for it.
We're gonna have to go all the way back to the beginning.
All right, watch stream.
I'm sorry.
No worries. Okay. This is good stuff.
I gotta see that slide one more time.
That slide was pretty awesome.
Oh, this is
who's
film...
continuing to shoot him? The guy, he shoots him once in the side, but he continues to get shot. Who's shooting him?
Yeah, it's a good question.
And he's got this shocked look on his face, like someone else shot him. Who?
Dude, we are really
we've been missing
ourselves.
out.
Oh,
Holy
yeah.
shit. Neil Breen, go fuck yourself. Look at this shit.
Neil Breen. I have some of his movies.
Yeah, so do I. Yeah, Neil Breen's a legend, man.
A couple of these sent in from Valine. The Cheesesteak Bay, Cheesecake Bay Bridge briefly closed Thursday when a ship nearby had a steering problem. That's a big motherfucking bridge, dude. I've never seen this before. It's a fucking Christ.
I don't know. Lots of things to steer into.
Yeah,
especially when you're not trying to navigate very carefully.
That's a big motherfucking bridge. I would be shitting my pants all the way over that fucking thing. 16 miles? Fuck that.
I hope women didn't design this. It's pretty treacherous navigation.
Good fucking Lord.
Have you ever driven over any of the bridges to or from Manhattan?
No. Never even been
George
up that
Washington
way.
Bridge. They're, I'm not saying rickety, but they're kind of rickety. If you're like, what are you talking about? You know, it's firm pavement over top of girders and shit. I'm like, okay, driving on top is a lot more comforting than driving on the bottom. When you're driving on the lower level of one of those bridges, you feel the full weight of everything on top of you, and you think, I hope you fuckers are keeping up on the maintenance. These things have been up for decades, approaching a century. I'm getting scared.
Yeah.
You know,
Don't like.
when you said 16 miles, that's the last. I was like, yeah, I remember the last time I was leaving Manhattan, and like, good God, it was frightening driving underneath. It was.
Cheesecake Bay Bridge, dubbed the scariest in America but could disaster strike again? You're asking the question, so I'm going to say yes.
What? Its name alone brings fear to the heart. Cheesecake Bay.
I know, it's fucking terrifying.
But possibly because it's not, jackass.
No, it is. You want me to call it cheese
Well, you pronounce it better than Sam does.
What does he call it?
Cheesy Peak.
Cheesy Peak. Okay. Yeah.
he's French. He's got to make it about the fromage. You know what I mean? It's just.
I originally said Cheesesteak Bay Bridge, but wrong state. So, John Galt shared this out on Twitter, and he was like, "See, cops aren't racist. They're just fucking assholes. Take a look. This made me so fucking mad."
Hey, how you doing today? Yeah, where you heading off to?
Okay, up until a moment ago here.
Just walking. Any specific location? Okay. Is
Yeah,
this
my
your son?
destination.
Yeah. Where are you walking? Where I'm going. Where are you going? My destination. Where is that? Over there.
Where were you born? In a state of infancy.
Where are you now? A state of shock.
All right. Hey, what's your name?
These are kids.
All right, what's your
Well, it's a kid and his dad going for a walk.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I thought they were adults because I couldn't really see at a distance, but all right. So
It's one kid,
older
maybe
brother
like,
and his kid or his older brother, or is that
No.
his father?
that's a kid and his dad. The kid looks like
Okay.
he's like 7 or 8.
I was going to say 8 or 10. Yeah.
And the dad's just walking. He just took his son for a walk.
name,
Yeah, I
sir?
guess they are in a residential
Johnny.
area, you know.
All right. All right, Johnny, where you come from?
Just walking around.
Just walking around?
Yeah.
All right, enjoying this weather?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Seems nice outside.
We're checking up on you, man. You know?
Just walk around. What is the heck is this deal?
Found it a little bit suspicious, you know? So,
What?
just
What?
walking around.
You're with your
Walking around
child?
is-
Yeah, taking your kid for a walk in the morning is suspicious.
Yeah, nothing says unsuspicious as much as your kid playing with a flashlight in fucking lugs. I mean, well, all right. Anyway,
Is it suspicious?
I mean,
What?
technically not really, but I mean, it
Yeah, that was the key part right there. Take a listen.
is.
They're too black to be walking around. These aren't black people.
Suspicious?
I mean,
What?
technically not really, but I mean, it is pretty early in the morning. Just wondering what was going
That's what
on.
we do. We get up early in the morning.
got
just
your
walk
ID
around.
on?
What do I need an ID for?
Because I just asked you for it.
I don't need to show my ID.
Okay, if you don't give me your ID, I'm going to take you to jail for failure to identify because I've identified that you've been walking around down here at 5.
I mean, so there it goes. I don't need to show you my ID. I haven't done anything. Okay, well then I'm going to take you to jail for not giving me your ID.
where was this happening again? Like, is that actually the local law that you have to identify yourself when requested?
I don't think that's the law anywhere.
I mean, that's frighteningly un-American. Let me see your papers. Like, what the fuck?
5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, we do that.
No, you're not. Give me your ID.
No, you're not.
No,
going
you're
for
not.
walks. You're not going for walks at 5:30 in the morning.
Look at this fucking thug talking to him. He's like a big dude. He's got like an extra small shirt on to show off his biceps. And he's like, no, you're not going for a walk in the morning. I mean, oh, fuck.
ID.
I don't have my ID on me because it's at the house.
Okay, what's your name and date of birth?
Huh?
What's your name and date
I
of
don't
birth?
know, but you can't run. I don't have. This is a state where I don't have to show my ID.
turn around.
You're gonna do this in front of my son?
Yeah, turn around.
Are you serious?
Yeah, turn
This
around.
is my son. Let me bring my son home first.
No, turn around now.
Bro, you need here. Let me videotape this real quick. I want this on video. What are you doing to my son? Bro, this is fucked up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it really is.
this is a dude just being a fucking asshole.
Damn right.
But The kid gets real upset. I don't want to watch that part again because it genuinely fucking bothers me.
Fuck you. Well, it should.
But they are the OSBI, Oklahoma State, is investigating misconduct against these two officers. You think there might be misconduct here?
Maybe. I think it's time to put them on paid leave and put them at a comfortable desk while we find a reason to blame their training, not them.
Yeah.
We're going to reevaluate our training procedures to ensure the best possible to make sure that this doesn't happen. Blah, 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 blah. Community cooperation, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, community outreach with better training. Hold on, I gotta cough real bit. Sorry. For the past 2 days, I've been getting alerts on my phone and the computer about high pollen in my area. I can tell.
Yeah.
But yeah, dickheads, absolute dickheads. This guy's going to get paid with taxpayer money, naturally.
Mm-hmm.
And worst comes to worst, he'll be put on paid leave, maybe unpaid leave, but nothing's actually going to happen. Ridiculous. Let's take a look at that like ratio.
You know, somebody suggested there should really be insurance for this, so taxpayers don't have to pay out multi-million-dollar settlements because of police action, where the individuals who conducted themselves in this way, are held blameless, but yet the city has to pay for it. When you say the city's paying for it, it means the taxpayer's paying for it. It's like, what? If you're going to put officers out there and you're going to put all of your weight upon the training procedures that they've been in, and so the training alleviates their free will. They now become slaves to their training. And they're going to follow those procedures precisely. And as long as we can point it somewhere in their training where their use of force pyramid, as they call it, this escalation means you can respond in this way, and the person escalated in this way, which means you can respond with this amount of force. We can demonstrate that the person wasn't really at fault, so we need to revisit our training procedures, blah, 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 blah. We still have to pay out millions of dollars. Well, they should be insured for that. But who's paying the fucking constantly inflating premiums? The taxpayer.
We are.
Yeah. So it still results in the same fucking thing. And once an insurance company has to pay out millions of fucking dollars, they're going to either put the fucking premiums up through the fucking roof or cancel the insurance policy. You're going to have to go to somebody else who's going to charge you through the roof premiums to insure your very risky Oklahoma going to grab dudes at 5:30 in the morning for being with their kid. And the taxpayer is going to pay for it again. So bad news.
And that makes me think, because I get up super early, 4:35ish usually, 5:30 if I'm sleeping in. Yeah. So I get up. Sometimes my boys get up when I get up. Sometimes I'll take the dog for a walk. It's okay, that could happen to me just for walking around with my kid or my dog.
God, I still have those on.
That's fucking insane to me. We have 170 people watching right now, and 70 likes, guys. That don't math. Smash a like button, share it out. Streamlabs, both of us down below. Well within.
Dave, thanks for the buck. It's constitutional issue. You don't have ID unless you're suspected of a crime. You don't have to have it. The escalation falls under self-incrimination, which is illegal for someone to make you do. Yeah, I mean, what's your name and date of birth? As soon as you said, I don't know, I think that's what, by the use of force, told that meathead cop that this guy's escalating because he's refusing cooperation. As soon as you said, I don't know.
Yeah.
What my date of birth and name are.
Yeah, and it's a lot of pride there on the little wienered big bicep fella.
Yeah. I've said some things, and it's what I'm just going for a walk. What? No, you're not. There's your escalation. I mean, the conversation between the cop whose body cam was recording and the guy it wasn't the best conversation. I wouldn't want to have that talk with a cop, but there was nothing threatening or escalating about it. It's when the meathead knuckle dragger got involved that everything went south, in my opinion.
I was, over the weekend, I was at a bar in a different city. I got picked up and I was getting a ride home from a friend, and a friend, Shelly picked me up. And I stopped at the gas station. I got to grab smokes, and we pull up to the speedway. We park first spot. 2 cop cars pull up behind us, park like taking all the spots, and like take up 3, like they parked the other way in them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting out of the car. They're getting out of the car. And the cop looks at me and goes, "Hi." I said, "Uh-oh." And they just walked right inside. So I walk inside and I'm like, "Hey, can I get a pack Newport Red Hundreds?" And like all 3 cops just walked right to the fucking beer cooler and started like opening up doors and looking behind stuff and looking around. And the lady behind the counter staring at the screen. She's like, "What the fuck?" So she calls out to the one cop standing outside. She goes, "What are you guys doing?" And he goes, "We had a report of minors smoking weed in the beer cooler. Have you heard of anything like this?" And she goes, "No, nobody's been in there." And they're like, "Well, we just need to make sure." So they're like looking behind cases of beer to see if kids are hiding there. They're like opening up doors to the back room and shit. She's like, "What the fuck?" And then they just left. And I just stood there the whole time like, what the fuck? What is going, like, it's just,
I don't
cops have a
understand this,
power
like,
trip thing.
Some of them absolutely do, because I've seen a whole bunch of times where cops are saying, "So we're just going to look around out back." Like they're just telling somebody, like and they say it as they're walking by, and it's not even, "I'm going back here and you're going to shut the fuck up about it." Like, no, not like that. It's just like, we got a call. We're just going to have a look around back. And the person's like, "Yeah, all right." Like, is that really so hard? As opposed to, we're going to go where the fuck we want to go. Imagine how quick you'd get fucking shot if you just walked into one of their backyards on that kind of power trip shit.
Yeah, we've covered stories about that where cops do no-knock raids, and then they take fire from people thinking their house is getting broken into because they never announce themselves. And every case of that we've covered, the people won because the cops did no-knock raids and never announced that they were cops.
Yeah.
They're ridiculous. Anyway, the liking, the sharing, fun stuff. Streamlabs down below. Yay, 10% to goal. Yay, woman stream boss. Boo. Have you seen this video? The pole vaulter who got fucked up by his own dick?
No. What? His dick hung down and pulled the fucking pole over?
Dude, this very, very naturally gifted fella did a perfect pole vault, but on the way down, his cock and ball, and like you saw it, dude had a knee clapper that got caught on the pole and pulled it down.
Well, that's part of you, man.
You should be compensating for your giant schlong, sir.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's like, okay, you lost the gold medal. You fucked it up. But now the entire world knows you have a fucking massive dick. Is it really a loss?
Yeah. He should have worn that thing that they wore in the Greco-Roman world where they would exercise naked. And it's like, but they had this cock and ball tie-up situation so they wouldn't be slapping off their thighs when running around. Yeah, you need to get one of those, man. The Olympiad are old as fuck. Figure out how they did the ball tie.
Well, I'm going to show you the video. It's like, look at, he's going, right? I don't want to put the video on screen. And
his hand's in the way. Shit. Oh, God, look at that. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Look at him. He thinks he's made it over. He's like, yeah. How did you not know?
Like, but is it really a loss though? Because now you're known as the pole vaulter with gold. He was in the lead for gold.
Damn it.
Oh. Yeah, win some, you lose some.
Well, if Nike has any smarts, they'll bring this guy in. It's like, he's not a winner, but he's totally the people's champion.
Yeah. Yep, that's exactly what they should do. Speaking of wieners, public masturbation soars in New York City. Sickos pleasuring themselves and exposing themselves is up 51%.
I wonder if that has anything to do with them not prosecuting minor crimes, like whacking it.
I would think jerking off in public would be a prosecutable crime.
Very much so, especially depending where you're doing it and in front of who or whom.
Huh. Just thoughts. Just thoughts. Speaking of thoughts, Kamala Harris has more words of wisdom for us. Are you ready?
No.
Well, get ready.
You know, we have to stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke. And you can talk about if you're the wokest or woker, but just stay more woke than less woke.
What are you laughing at? Look, even plastic surgery fake blonde lady. Look at her face. Like, as she's laughing, she's
Where's the joke? I don't get it. But you have to stay more woke, not less woke. Woker.
Whatever you do, stay woke.
Woker than not woke is the important thing to take away from there. Now, remember the meme, can you define woke? Can Kamala?
I'd be able, being put on the spot. I don't know if I can define it to somebody else's satisfaction, but what would it be? Being aware of the social political realities and marginalized people and how we go about in society to minimize the bad effects of that. I don't know. That's the best I can come up with off the top of my head to be positive about
That's
it.
nicer than what I would call it. I'd say it's a secular religious term.
Well, you didn't ask for my honest opinion. I did, in Kamala's spot, what would I say? This. For someone who was a prosecutor, what the fuck did she ever say when she was put on the spot by a judge in a court case or in a piece of litigation at a table? She doesn't seem like she's good on her feet.
Do you think she ever had to defend, like, herself in any public setting in front of a judge?
It doesn't seem like it, does it?
I don't think so.
Then again, I remember her. Where's Kamala? Kavanaugh Kamala. I remember her being an ice cold bitch when interrogating Kavanaugh. What the fuck happened? Like, I thought, oh shit, that's an icy California bitch. Like, she was like harsh on his ass. He would give an answer and she would cut him off and go, all right, that's clearly you're not going to answer the question. I'm going to move on. That whole shtick.
Yeah, I remember
right?
she was pretty cold during that.
I thought, well, this is the state senator from California. And when I heard former prosecutor, I thought, yeah, that fits. You know what I mean? But I have never seen that Kamala again. It makes me wonder if she was replaced.
Maybe the cold, calculated Kamala was a character written by the other senators. Like, okay, you're going to have a spotlight. I'm going to give you some questions. This is what you got to do. Maybe she was coached into that because...
Well, coach the bitch then again, because she doesn't look serious. Like there, she looked. I mean, I despise the way she was going after Kavanaugh. That all of them were. Her particularly, she stuck out because how icy she was. And just clearly with an agenda. All right, but at least she was At least she came across as a serious person, even though agenda fueled. Here, she just.
Yeah, she seems.
I said to my mom,
who's like,
here. My mom has become like a big, Trump is a liar, he can't be trusted type person. She goes, I don't think he's everything that they say he is, but I don't trust him. And it's like, yeah, that's what happens when people undermine your quality of the opinion of the quality of people by constantly throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks. The news media, right? Ebbed away at people's trust in the guy. So she's like, I didn't trust Joe Biden in terms of his mental acuity. And Kamala, every time she laughs, all I hear is insecurity. And I'm like, yes, Mom, that's exactly it. She laughs when she's nervous, and she seems to be nervous all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. But we got more on this. Democrats launch Republicans for Harris push, basically paying Republicans to say they support Harris instead of Trump. Same people as the Never Trumpers, blah, blah, blah. You know exactly who these people are. But at the same time, it's interesting. The Harris campaign has hauled in a total of $310 million in just a few days of fundraising in July since Biden dropped out.
Mm-hmm.
So Republicans for Harris, $310 million. Republicans line up to endorse Kamala Harris. Huh.
I don't. This is all astroturfing. That the whole nation's sliding for Kamala. Fuck off.
I'm
Yeah,
doing me a
astroturf.
thunk.
Andrew Thorson. See, we had the same. Exactly. It's just undermine the belief that there's even a point in coming out to vote, to lessen the excitement and the exuberance of the other side. Even all of you are coming over. No, they're not. This is just no.
Yeah, no. I have a hard time believing that the woman who did not get a single primary vote lost her own state the first time around. Second time around, absolutely no primary votes. Biden got him.
Yeah.
Is now somehow about to be the Democratic nominee for president. It almost seems like the party that has been telling us they're trying to save democracy is being extremely undemocratic.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to believe in the illegitimacy of polls, the manipulatable aspects of which way public opinion is going on this or that, look how quickly Kamala Harris went from like, oh my God, you're going to put Harris in there, to Kamala Harris is the darling of America and everyone's behind her.
Yeah.
If you want to believe in not so much a conspiracy theory, just everybody of a like-minded going in one way, you don't have to push somebody or convince them. They just want to go along with it because fuck Trump. Yeah, this is it right here. A landslide of opinion makers all going in one direction. Fuck.
Well, if you remember, there were polls that had Hillary 99.9% likelihood of winning to Trump's 0.1%. And look how that turned out.
Yeah. And then they blame those very same polls after the fact. It's like, how do we get this wrong? It's like, well, we need to revisit our methodology because it was those very polls that kept Democratic voters at home because they thought it was in the bag. Oh man, you guys just put your fucking reputation on the line one time. I got to. When I make fucking predictions as a political science guy, it's, yeah, you be very conservative in what you're predicting, because if you're wrong, people are going to hold it up to you and say, do you remember when you published this article and you said this? Look how dead fucking wrong you were. Why is it when you're on a fucking news entertainment network, you can just say whatever the fuck and you're never putting your reputation on the line for it? Right.
Well, we got some interesting stuff coming forward. This is another push by the Democrats.
Do you think illegal immigrants should be able to vote?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're paying taxes and you're putting money into the economy for a country that you've lived at for over a decade, yes, I think you should have a voice.
White women should be banned from all public spaces.
Yeah.
So this is a
The
concerted
astroturfing
effort.
of all being bussed there, where it's like, okay, let's give everybody the same t-shirt, including the fedora wearing black man in the background who can't get off his phone even when there's a camera pointed at him. Let's hand everybody fucking pre-made placards. Everyone's got butterfly shit. Yeah, Mariposa. Fuck off. This is astroturfing again. Oh, this is a grassroots movement. It looks a little organized and polished.
It looks
they
like
all
someone
have
handed people $200 and said, will you walk this way, wear this shirt? It's like, I don't give a fuck, sure.
I don't know if it's yeah, okay, in some ways as far as that, but also just are you guys down for this? Yeah, okay, we'll come here and meet here at this time. Okay, here's your, if you'll see them in the back, they all have political placards. It's like, where did you all get them from? Who handed all these out to you? Who gave you all the fucking t-shirts? Who choreographed your chants that you're all saying? Don't walk up to them, stick a camera in their face and say, what do you think, with your butterfly sign? Follow them back to where they go after. What's their rally point? Are they all getting back on a bus where they were all organized from?
Probably.
News entertainers don't want to do that. You know, so why would you?
This is why the 19th Amendment is the biggest mistake in human history. If only I had a couple donations that express that sentiment too. This would be good timing.
Voice in the people that are making rules on their life.
You kick us out, you better get a seat right next to us and buckle up. Because it's all of us or none of us.
Okay. All of you.
Yeah, I mean, you, black woman, strike me as someone who's been a citizen since the day of your birth. What are you talking about? And you better buckle up and get beside us? No, I'm not leaving. You're leaving. All the non-citizens that are here illegally are leaving.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. All of you go. Bye. We got the buses already. Bye.
Do you think illegal immigrants should be able to vote in this next election?
Yeah, was I talking to you about this? I don't remember who it was, but it's always like the one Native American woman who tries to speak for all Native Americans.
Yeah. You know,
I do. They live in this country. They have a purpose being here, and every vote should count. Everybody should be able to have a place to speak, whether your documentation status. That shouldn't be affected because you're living in this country, so that's going to affect you whether you have documentation or not.
It's not legal for an illegal person to vote.
We know that the Constitution says only citizens can vote, and so everyone should have the opportunity to have a path to citizenship.
Why do you think they deserve those citizen rights?
Because they're human. We're all humans, and it's a basic human right.
She has no idea.
Yeah, I'm just making stuff up it's a base. American citizenship is a basic human right. You fucking moron. Do you understand what you're saying? That doesn't even make sense. So everybody on the globe is a human. They all deserve human rights. Yeah, I agree with you. Go on. So therefore, everybody on the globe is an American citizen.
But we have actual funny stuff to look at. This lady, she was good on the...
She doesn't look happy. Look at that face.
Just watch.
Community is to dismantle the black family. So aside from her record as a prosecutor, why don't we ask Mrs. Willie Brown if Kamala Harris cares about black families?
Oh. Not since Joe Biden's crime bill has there been a more destructive person to the black family than Kamala Harris.
My vote is for Count Binface. Thank you on behalf of Drunkle.
I love that face. Look at her.
She's like, she had some shit to say. I have not heard this anywhere except local CBS 12 News out of wherever the fuck. A man claiming knowledge of assassination attempt on Trump is arrested right around the corner from his house.
Okay. Like, not the previous assassination attempt, but a newer one.
A new one. And yeah, okay. he weird how another possible attempt on Trump didn't even make the news this time.
Well, you know, if Donald Trump goes and it's Vance who's up, and they've already done a good job of presenting him as weird. So, you know, that'll...
It's just weird. Trump has agreed to debate Harris September 4th, but she has not, so she's probably not going to.
Wait a minute. I heard it was Trump that was afraid to debate her, and everybody on MSNBC got their news clips of saying Trump is running from the colored woman.
Well, Harris said she'll only debate on ABC. Trump said Fox.
Why? Because George Snuffleupagus will be fucking emceeing?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't call it moderating because he's not moderating shit. He's just the MC. Right.
Oh, you heard the beard scratches, fake gamer cat? Yeah. But we got to talk about the stuff. But to talk about the stuff that's been going on, it's #1 trending on Twitter right now, Kamala crash. We gotta look at this guy here. Hand-picked economic advisor chair Jared Bernstein. Listen to his intelligence.
The U.S. government can't go bankrupt because we can print our own money.
It obviously begs the question, why exactly are we borrowing in a currency that we print ourselves? I'm waiting for someone.
We cannot go bankrupt because we print our own money.
Yeah, so did the Weimar Republic in Germany. So did every other country that went bust. They printed their own currency. The U.S. Confederacy printed their own currency.
Yeah.
Were they functionally bankrupt? Yes. It's called hyperinflation. And the money becomes fucking worthless, where it's worth more as kindling than it is as currency.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's the question, Dave G. Why do I pay taxes if you could just print more money?
To stand up and say, why do we borrow our own currency in the first place?
like you said, they print the dollar. So why does the government even borrow?
Well, I mean,
you picking up this guy right now?
Yeah. Some of this stuff gets, some of the language that some of the language and concepts are just confusing. I mean, the government definitely prints money, and it definitely lends that money, which is why the government definitely prints money, and then it lends that money by by selling bonds. Is that what they do?
Oh my God!
So
who are you?
This is the.
No, I know who he is, but who are you? Like,
I'm just reiterating. This is one of the head economic advisors to the Biden-Harris administration.
I mean, you've heard me carry on about the international bonds.
Mm-hmm.
And then they print bonds. Is that what they do? Yes. Yeah, that's how do you think America owes China the money that it does? It's not about the trade deficit. That's a separate, though related, but still separate thing. Like, where's the debt come in? Where's the international debt come in? What is the best thing you can invest in internationally? In U.S. security bonds. Why? Because the best bet internationally on the marketplace is to buy U.S. securities. Sure, Moody's downgraded America to only 2 stars out of 3. Yeah, it's still the best bet internationally.
Yeah.
No one was likely to pay. No one has the infrastructure and the fucking workforce behind their GDP like the United States does. This is the size of the economy is fucking mind-blowing. It doesn't mean you can't spend it into oblivion. You can't debt it through the fucking ceiling. I mean, people are talking about like China and Saudi Arabia buying American bonds as a way of owning a piece of America. Yeah, I have no doubt that that's part of their diplomatic structure, but it's more of an economic plan on their part than anything. Is that they want to invest in things that have a guaranteed return. It's a financial venture on their part. And who's most likely? Would you buy Chinese bonds? I wouldn't.
Mm-mm.
No. I mean, China puts out bonds. The fact no one would buy their international security bonds is the very reason that they went with their 2 currency system, one domestic, one international. Anyway.
There's a reason these people are picked. So crypto writ large took a massive fucking hit yesterday.
Really? Why?
Look at that. Bitcoin.
Is there a reason?
Down almost 20%. Ethereum down almost 25%.
I don't follow crypto other than CoffeeZilla. I don't really follow crypto. Like, is there an explanation why this happened at all?
There's an explanation as it's reflective of the stock market more or less. People are pulling their money out of it.
Okay.
So people are 18%. Over $10,000 per coin dropped. They're pulling their money out. But don't worry.
Gold didn't spike accordingly, huh?
But don't worry, because we have influencers to tell us how good crypto is.
Sup, crypto girl?
Hi, DJ.
Wanna go higher?
No.
Sure, DJ. I'm a crypto girl in a crypto world.
Oh no. Oh my God. Wait a minute, that's a girl?
Yes.
I thought that was an Asian guy.
No, that's I maybe the same girl.
I thought it was one of them like Asian idols with like a mop top haircut. And then when you pause, I'm like, oh shit, that's a woman.
You're my quad, calling shots, cocaine, all the coins.
I stand by it. That's easily mistakable as a guy. Come on, as an Asian guy.
it is, but
holy shit! Where did you find that? It's so bad.
I found it on the twits.
Oof.
It's bad. But Taiwan's stock market crashed, worst day in about 60 years, according to Bloomberg. That's super fun. South Korea has followed suit and halted all sell orders as their market crashed. Really interesting stuff over there. Japan, worst day since 1978 Black Monday crash.
little bit of dyslexia there. 1987.
Oh yeah, 1987, Black Monday crash. So that's 3 major world economic players.
And that's Korea. So, it's a good thing they got them nets out the windows. So it's good.
That's China that has the window nets.
Wait a minute. No, Korea has them too. And I think that was Japan anyway. So we're just off all over the fucking Asian
They're all
rim,
the
aren't
same. Japan.
Holy shit.
Look at Japan's drop today.
Oh. Well, that's not a good graph.
That's not good. This is not no bueno. I think most Asian countries have. Okay. So we're all equally racist is what I'm taking away from this.
That's right. That's just.
But it's over here now too. Warren Buffett, who now holds almost $300 billion in cash, has been selling stocks like never. He dumped, I think, a few $100 million that he had in Apple today. Like,
did I ever tell you about my Warren Buffett fantasy?
No,
related to Batman. Okay. It's not degenerate. All right. Do you remember the scene from Batman '89 when Vicky Vale and the other reporter's name that Vicky Vale hooked up with, they just go looking through Wayne Manor and they end up in that room with all of those suits of armor that Bruce Wayne has, and Bruce Wayne comes up behind them and he ends up saying, like, God, where did this come from? What is he, king of the Wicker people? And he says, it's Japanese. He goes, how do you know? Because I bought it in Japan. Hi, I'm Bruce Wayne. That was when they met him for the first time.
No.
And he's like, hi. He just goes, hi, I'm Vicky Vale. And then the guy says his name and I can't remember. Knox, thank you. Yeah. He goes, I'm Knox. And he goes, can I get a grant as a joke? And then when Alfred comes up from behind, he says, okay, can you open a few cases of champagne? There's a lady near the front that needs something. And give Knox a grant, and walks out the room. Okay. That's my fantasy of what to do with Buffett, is just to go up to him like, Mr. Buffett, I've got this great research and I want to do this and no one else is doing it. And, I need the funding to be able to pull it off. Here's my give him the elevator pitch real quick on what I do related to national security and intelligence, and then just lay it out. And no one else is doing this. And I'm the only one who can do it. And I'm perfectly suited. And I'm situated such that I'm the only one who can pull it off. Like, really give him like the hard pitch fast. And then he'll go to some guy standing beside him. Yeah. Give him a grant, like, get him away from me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, pay him off so he leaves me alone.
He's got $300 billion. Like, if you can mildly pique his interest, I picture he could just give the backwards thumb to somebody over his shoulder and go, yeah, give him a grant. You know what I mean? That's my fantasy. And you're funded for life.
I like where your head's at.
All you got to do is excite him just a little bit. And that's enough for him to give you the, thumb over the shoulder thing, right?
It's hitting here too in a bad way, and this image is just perfect.
Is that the Theranos lady? Who is that?
That's Kamala.
Oh my God, she's so white.
You don't remember the "We did it, Joe, we did it" phone call?
No, I thought that was a white woman just in shadow.
No.
Holy shit, she's white. All right, anyway.
That's Kamala.
Okay.
And this is also kind of interesting that no one's ready to talk about. Well, we're ready to talk about it, and none of them are ready to talk about it.
Got it. We came in much weaker than expected on non-farm. We came in at 114,000 jobs on non-farm. The estimate was 175,000 jobs on non-farm. The employment rate unexpectedly went up. We went up to 4.3%. We were looking for a rate of 4.1.
It unexpectedly went up.
Can I ask okay, I'm not a deep economics guy. I only do
Me neither.
International political economy, IPE, because it's poli-sci stuff. What is a non-farm?
I think it's non-farm related jobs, like non.
Okay,
that's what I would assume.
Right. Yeah, I'd rather ask than not know, because she said it like 3 times, non-farm, because farming is a different kind of federal expenditure in terms of job creation. Is that what's going on there?
Non-farm jobs are Oh, I see. I was way wrong. Jobs in the private sector and government agencies in the United States.
Okay. All right.
So
Commit that to
not
memory.
literally. Okay, so non-farm colloquial, I guess. Okay. Excluding those who work for farms, serve in the military, volunteer for nonprofit organizations, are paid by the federal government. Okay, so non-government, non-agriculture.
Cool.
I was half right. But yeah, they lied about the unemployment numbers. I'm shocked. I have never heard of the government lying about unemployment numbers. We have not talked about this every single time a jobs report comes out.
Man, can you imagine the way I just thought of this? Can you imagine how glowing the reports are going to be from the federal government right up until election time? You're going to think America's on its greatest boom since the fucking following the Hoover Commission federal actions. And when in the 1950s, when the boomers became the boomers, not immediately following World War II, but when the economy spiked after World War II in the mid 1950s, that's what it's going to sound like. Holy shit, we're putting America back to work. Everything's fucking great. There's no unemployment. All the bums are gone.
Oh, this is pretty good.
Happens.
Kamalanomics. That kind of flows. I don't hate that.
Kamalanomics. Yeah, that's like Donald Trump Jr.'s tweet. It's great. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got to pull that up here. Let me put that in line.
Oh, yeah, the Kamala crash thing. Yeah, right. Yeah.
So the one stock has soared.
Did they just get a lend-lease, let's just call it what it is, funding package for Ukraine? Is that what happened with Lockheed Martin?
Literally the only thing I could think of. They got some sort of lend-lease program grant. Look at
it's
that.
Not technically lend-lease,
right
but it might as well be. Yeah. Did someone just buy a fleet of engines from them? A fleet of planes? Some particular tech? What the fuck just happened?
Almost 100 points overnight? Fucking Christ. War stocks? Maybe. Here's the tweet that Polly sent over. Oh, no.
Bidenomics is working.
Oh, it's the Kamala crash.
Bidenomics is working.
For you?
I mean, Donald Trump feels bravely that is enough to really undermine Kamala's, credibility on economics. Yep, I agree. 3 seconds. Bidenomics is working.
I agree wholeheartedly. It's working so well. Jasmine Crockett held a rally for Kamala Harris in Atlanta, and like 15 people showed up. We're just gonna pan the crowd.
It comes to the Supreme Court.
Look at that. More people are inside. Listen to the clapping.
When it comes to the Supreme Court, not enough to be here.
That's embarrassing.
Wow, that was like Jeb Bush on enthusiastic clapping.
That's embarrassing.
I feel bad for her. I think she was expecting people.
Now, here we have one more brilliant takeaway.
So you're now no longer are you necessarily keeping those private files in some file cabinet that's locked in the basement of the house.
Joe.
It's on your laptop, and it's then therefore up here in this cloud that exists above us.
Oh. You know what I just realized? Her eyes shooting all over the room.
I think
therefore
it's very shifty. Tell her to look at something. I
think she has no clue what she's talking about.
I know, but I'm just watching her she doesn't have any clue what she's talking about. She's talking about like secure documents and top secret it's no longer physical printed copies of stuff. It's all in the cloud above your head. Like Christina Hoff looked around the room and it was set. Oh,
damn.
Be quiet. Hey, I'm talking about the Bengals in the 80s, man, as I understand.
Okay,
Everyone
Donkey
loved Hoff.
Punch. That's pretty good. I guess you could call her M. Harrison. All right. Fine. Reluctant. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Christina Hoff looked around the room and it was sexy. Kamala Harris doesn't. She looks like shifty and medicated.
She does. But I have 2 palate cleansers. You want this?
Mm-hmm.
Number 1. There were a ton of Dragon Ball shout-outs at the Olympics.
Pourquoi elle est dans cette position?
A big Kamehameha. And they played the Ultra Instinct before the 400-meter relay, the Ultra Instinct song.
Now we are on the Olympic card for a second time. And this is where a lot of ways to put this together. America a chance to show its...
How fucking cool is that? I like that. And
Return to the nerd. Okay.
See, all full circle. My buddy sent me this, and dude, I was fucking crying laughing.
Black American family, come on in. Living room or parlor? Kitchen? And dining area.
Oh.
My parents' bedroom. Mine's kind of messy. Bathroom, of course. Backyard. Garage. Unfortunately, most homes...
I was watching a fucking interview with a guy named James McDonald, former gang member, Mob James, and he's a serious dude, very serious guy. And he's sitting there in like his big, beautiful home, and he's talking, and all of a sudden, chirp! I'm like, no
way,
no,
really,
dude, you made it out the hood. You've done well. No, it's so credibility destroying. Oh my god,
that's fucking
of course,
hilarious.
The comments are lit up with like my reaction, like James, no, stealing birds everywhere.
That's my favorite Neil deGrasse Tyson meme. It's him doing like the explaining hands.
Yeah.
It's like
I don't need to explain why either they're the hallway birds or I think for him, but yeah.
It's like I can't explain why it beeps. I can tell you it happens regularly, and I can predict when the next beep is gonna be.
So I don't know why the ceiling beeps, but I can tell you, how and why, and or I can tell you how often and predict when it's going to happen next. So I don't need to explain why.
Oh, fuck! I gotta find the
change the battery.
I gotta find the actual fucking me. Of course, it brings me right to 4chan. Here we go. No, I can't tell you why the hallway chirps, but I can measure it. I can predict the next and following chirp. I have a good understanding of it, and that's good enough for me. I'm not distracted by the philosophical side of why the hallway chirps.
While it's funny in and of itself, it explains his denigration of philosophical issues. I don't need to explain why. Yeah, the why is how is good if you want to do the prediction you're talking about, but don't expect people to stop asking the why question. It's been the preoccupation of humanity since we were human. So, you know.
Yeah. Like kids are still doing it. Why? Because fuck you, that's why. But that is
I said so.
Dude, I've got to pull that out from time to time. But that is it for today's show. Do you have anything you want to show before we get out of here?
Did a Noir Bar Friday. It was fun. We actually started relatively close to our start time. And if you watched the stream, you saw that we had our Vita Ray powered mantle clock that demonstrated we started exactly at 11:30 p.m. Eastern. It was fantastic. So yeah. Oh yeah, and we discovered the field mantle clock. We were looking at a home out in Texas, and lo and behold, there was a giant mantle clock out in the field, which was nice. Yeah, good times.
Very good.
So, yeah, and 7 hours. Somebody said that is, and I thought they were just busting balls. No, it was 7 hours long.
Yeah, no, Polly, he does the Noir Bar to win it. He's in there.
Well, it's not on purpose. We just end up getting into conversation. You know what Sam said after being on the last AAA? He's like, how long was that? Like 45 minutes? I'm like, no, dude, it was 2 hours. He's like, really? Because whenever he streams, it's either his game streams with Eve and Zelthor that are like, 4 to 8. It's a game stream. It's like 4 to 8 hours long. That's what you do when you game. And then Noir Bar, we get into it. Next thing we know, it's Far's telling us, guys, let's shut it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. But guys, that's it for us. And if you have not checked out Noir Bar, make sure you do that. Check out the Sin and Sash stream from last night. I'll have a highlight put up here in a couple of minutes. Thank you for coming and hanging out. Thank you for an incredible show. We will see you Wednesday on Polydub's channel.
Wednesday.
Later, guys.
Have a good night, all.